Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be recommending top 10 manhwa and manhwa with more than 100 chapters. So, without any further delay, let's start the list. At number 10 we have Tower into the Clouds. Maoli wakes up in a deserted place without having any of his past memories. To get his memories back, he goes on a journey to climb the celestial tower and reach its 100th floor. Will he be able to complete the challenge after passing through all the weird and crazy tower guardians, or will he fall just like everyone else? Both the art and the story of this manhwa is pretty decent. The story is filled with comedy scenes, and all the characters including the protagonist are idiots that never take anything seriously. The way the main character reacts and how clueless he can be in different situations is absolutely hilarious. So, if you have nothing else to read and want to read something funny, then give this one a try. At number 9 we have Supercube. The protagonist Wang Xiaoxiu was a student who manages to win the affection of his crush, and that pisses off a gang leader who had a crush on the same girl. He gets hunted down by the gang leader and gets thrown in a river after getting harshly beaten. He was about to die, but he gets saved by a mysterious cube that gives him a power beyond his imagination. Now with a power like no other, he decides to help people by getting stronger and punishing evil people. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is weak at the start, but he goes through character development and becomes quite powerful. He is also courageous and does anything to save the people near him. At number 8 we have Starting from Today I Will Work as a City Lord. The protagonist was a lazy homebody who did nothing rather than playing games all day. But one day, after getting electrocuted, he gets transported to a fantasy world that followed the law of jungle. Watch him as he survives in this new world and ultimately becomes the best city lord. This is a kingdom-building manhwa with good art and pretty decent storyline. The main character is a bit dumb at the start, but goes through character development later in the story. The only problem with this manhwa is that its translation gets really bad after some chapters. At number 7 we have Dreamland Adventure. Chen Zhu was a lowly office employee who was stuck at the bottom of the corporate ladder. But a chance encounter with the mimic dream system changes his life completely. The system sends him in a realistic game world where he must survive for a given period of time, and if he does, then he will be given a reward that he can use in his real life. The story of this manhwa is good and its art style is also pretty decent. The main character is a weak coward at the start but goes through major character development after some chapters. The action scenes are decent, but the side characters are annoying and always come in the way of the main character. At number 6 we have My Senior Brother Is Too Steady. After Jeton reincarnated to a different world, Li Changshu decides to become a cultivator. In order to survive in this harsh world, he decides to keep his powers a secret and train himself in all the survival techniques. He wished to remain hidden and safe in the mountain until his ascension to immortality, but everything changes when his master brings in another disciple. The art of this manhwa is pretty good and its story is quite decent. The main character is strong but stays low-key and hides his power from the others. He is smart and always plans thoroughly before making a move and never lets himself to get into any dangerous situations. At number 5 we have It Starts with a Mountain. The main character was an ordinary university student who dies while playing a video game. But instead of dying normally, he gets reincarnated in the body of a useless young master of a declining village. Now, he must fulfill his responsibility and turn his village into a kingdom with the help of his cheat system. This is a kingdom-building manhwa with good art and storyline. The main character is smart and cunning and makes different strategies to deal with his enemies. None of the side characters are annoying and they all perfectly do the things they are supposed to do. At number 4 we have Swallowed Star. After the virus pandemic, the human population fell by 2/3 and the remaining survivors went through genetic evolution, granting them supernatural powers. But beside humans, all the other animals also went through the evolution, and the first human who fought against them was given the title of a warrior. This is Luo Feng's story as he aspires to become a warrior despite his poor background. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is quite decent. The main character is both smart and courageous, and he becomes stronger really quickly. The side characters are nothing great, but the action scenes are decent, so give it a read and see if you like it. At number 3 we have Beyond Myriad Peoples. The protagonist Yi Feng dies while playing an immortal cultivation simulator and gets transmigrated to a world cultivation. But, unlike people of that world, he had no spiritual roots and was not suitable for cultivation. So, he decides to live his life as a mortal, but he didn't know that he was actually considered a superior existence by everyone, and everything he wrote or made turned into divine treasures. The art of this manhwa is good, and although its story is a bit repetitive, it's still quite interesting. The main character is overpowered right from the start, but he isn't aware of how strong he actually is. The side characters are also written nicely, and the situations they create are just hilarious. So, if you are looking for manhwa with a lot of comedy scenes, then you can give this one a try. At number 2 we have Phantom High. The protagonist Ingen Kim was an ordinary person who unfortunately had to work as a teacher in Hell's Phantom High, where spirits and monsters were his students. In order to hide this truth, he gets an elixir that helped him hide his body's scent. This is the story of his everyday life as he survives this hell and learn to live with the monsters. The story of this manhwa is good and its art style is decent. Both the main character and the side characters are written nicely, and they go through character development as the story goes on. At number 1 we have Infinite Level Up in Murim. Dan Yu Seong was a small warrior with no talent and low-level martial arts. He was killed on the battlefield by the strongest person of the martial world, the Heavenly Demon. But he was given another chance and was regressed back to when he was still a child, and to compensate for his lacking talent, he was given a leveling system. Now in this life, he vows to become the strongest person of the Murim and kill the Heavenly Demon when he makes his appearance. This is a very unique martial arts manhwa. It has an amazing storyline and its art style perfectly fits its plot. The main character is a smart person and a very hard worker. He tries to complete all the quests given by the system, no matter how difficult they are. The fight scenes in this manhwa are not too flashy, but they are definitely thrilling. So, give it a read, I'm sure you will like it.